Well, hello, good morning, g'day, how you going? It's Roger Roadside here, coming back with another video. Listen, I just wanted to talk very quickly, and look, I know this is a bit of a this is a big fish to fry. The Epstein files, the photos, the documents, all that sort of stuff. I just think, you know, as far as I think it's a very interesting. I mean, look, hang on. Before I say that, let me preface this by saying it is incredibly distasteful what's happened. You know, the horrific behaviour and you know, to think that you could abuse people like that and to use people like that for your own gratification, I think is absolutely horrendous. So you know, from on a serious point, it is very terrible. But I guess from, you know, the situation that we're in now, I know that there's a load of trials and you know, people suing things and stuff like that, which, you know, is obviously fair enough. So it's a very difficult one to sort of get your head around, because I think, you know, even though it's brushing by this part of the world, I think it's obviously more inflammatory in the US than what it is here. You know, however, there are still some pretty key Brits involved in it. But I don't think, I think it'd be a lie to say that it's you know, I don't think people are walking down the streets going, "Oh, have you seen the Epstein File?" here. So, but anyway, I wanted to get your thoughts on it, really. You know, what do you think in regards to? I'm just trying to back up here, and someone's just parked in the spot that I was going to park in. You know, the Epstein Files. What do you think in regards to it? I know that by the law, Donald Trump was supposed to release all the documents, and there's supposed to be no redactions and all sort of stuff. And then it's obviously, you know, has got redactions in it, and it's just a bit of a sausage fest, which doesn't make sense. It's a bit of a shit show, really. But you know, is it a difficult one to release, because there's also, you know, the arguments that you could say in regards to the fact that there's people's names and details need to be redacted because there's ongoing cases and this, that, and the other. So I don't know. Listen, it's just it's a bit, if I'm brutally honest with you, it seems like we've only sort of scratched the surface with this whole situation. I think there's probably a lot more people involved in it than what we originally thought. And there's probably people involved in it more so than what we thought. That it's just I don't know. It's a very big fish to fry, and will we ever get to the bottom of it? That is the other question. Will we? You know, will there just be things? Will we just paper over the cracks, and will we come to some sort of resolution in 15, 20 years' time? And you know, by that stage, it would probably be a lot of our little ones that would just be like, "Oh, I don't really care about this story. You know, it doesn't involve me." Like, sometimes I think that's what happens to a lot of the more complicated and the more conspiratorial style stuff, because the longer you sort of play it out and the longer you let it drag its feet, then it's the changing of the audience, isn't it? You know, at the moment, everyone in this day and age is really keen and interested to see who's on that who's on that file, who's on that list, and you know, everyone's sort of baying for blood. Now, obviously, if you drag your heels on this and you sort of don't come to any sort of resolution, and then for another 15 years' time, well, by that stage, you know, most of us will probably be dead. You know, or we just won't care. Like, there'll be other things that will be important to us. So yeah, it's interesting either way. I'm keeping an eye on it, but if I'm brutally honest with you, it's not necessarily something on the forefront of my radar. But I wanted to bring it up because I wanted to see if I could get your thoughts. I'd be really keen just to get, you know, what's your take on it? What are you finding interesting with it? Do you think there'll be any sort of resolution? Do you think there's anything that can be done or will be done that will sort of get any justice? Yeah, I'd be keen to get your thoughts on that, and yeah, make sure you put your comments down below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. I'd love to get to a point where we can have a chat in a live format, not where I'm just stuck in a Sainsbury car park. That's a wonderful array of shopping that she's got there. But yeah, get your comments down below. Love to hear it. This is Roger Roadside saying g'day, goodbye, and love you long time. All right.